Welcome back to another episode of Flyer Nation. I'm your host, Lauren Brennan. Last week, we sat down with the head coaches of Lewis University's men's and women's soccer teams. Both teams ended the regular season this past Wednesday with the women beating UW Parkside 3-0. Unfortunately, the men took the loss against the Rangers after putting up a good fight. Today, we'll be chatting with the Lewis cross-country coach, James Kearney, and first-year coach for Lewis's women's basketball team, Kristen Gillespie. We will be discussing how cross-country's regular season was and their current postseason status is. Plus, we'll hear a preview of how the women's basketball season is expected to be. We'll be right back with Coach Gillespie.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you eat stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Welcome back to Flyer Nation. Joining me is head women's basketball coach, Kristen Gillespie. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Your family has a long history here at Lewis, so what has the first few months been like as the women's basketball head coach?
It's been fantastic. A little bit of a whirlwind getting the job, a little bit late from a basketball standpoint, getting the job the second week of August, but I've been met with welcoming arms. Everyone has been unbelievably helpful, going out of their way to whatever they can do to ease this transition. And the best part is our players have been fantastic.
That's awesome.
Just, really made the transition easy for myself and our staff.
Good, good. The last two GLVC Players of the Year, Jamie Johnson and Mariah Bronner-Henley, returned this season. What do each of those players mean to your team?
A whole lot. It's very rare when you have two of the top possibly 5 players in the country on your team. And the great thing about Jamie and Mariah is not only are they our best players, but they're our hardest workers. They're our leaders. They're our, all 14 sets of eyes look to them every practice, every game. And they just set the tone day in and day out.
All around package.
No, definitely.
Even with those two coming back, the team did graduate a lot from last year. How do you manage so many players seeing more time on the court?
That's the thing. That's, there are high expectations with this program. Some polls have us picked as high as number 2 preseason in the nation, which is great. But we do have 2 elite level players, and then we have a slew of players that are very good, but just inexperienced.
Right.
Whether they are returners that just didn't get as much playing time or in a role reserve spot last year, and we also have a lot of talented redshirt freshmen and freshmen. So it's just our biggest challenge is getting that group up to kind of speed where Jamie and Mariah are. And we've taken great strides in the last 2.5 weeks since practice started. And I think what you'll see with this team, the more playing time, the more games we get under our belts, the better we're going to be.
Right. Last season was the most successful in school history. How do you manage those expectations coming into this season, knowing it will be a different team?
We've talked about it from day one. We have not shied away from the expectations. There's a lot of pressure, with Jamie and Mariah, they're up for National Player of the Year.
That's awesome.
So there's a real healthy competition, but they're the best of friends. We have a group of seniors that had a great taste of success making it to the Elite Eight, but they want to go to the Final Four. They want to win a national championship. And, the players, the freshmen on the team, that's why they came to Lewis, to win a national championship. So, it's something that we talk about, but, we've just really trying to have them buy into the process of every single day, what can we do individually to get better and as a team, and hopefully the process will take care of the results.
Yeah. Whenever you look over the roster, what aspect of the game do you feel best about? Is it offense, defense, or is it too early to tell?
This morning, definitely not defense, but you know, it's just our offense is going to be very good because we have, you know, we return 220-plus scores. So,
Right.
you know, that is nice to have, but I think it's a little early. You know, we talk about every single day just trying to become the best team. So we really just drill in defense, paying attention to the little things. But I think eventually the product we put on the floor will be equally as good defensively as we will be offensively.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Coach Gillespie, and good luck on your upcoming season and your career here at Lewis. We hope to see great things and look forward to getting together again to talk more about the season and the future of the Lady Flyers.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. We will be right back with more Flyer Nation and James Kearney. Are we not doing that? Okay. Just go. We will be back with more Flyer Nation and James Kearney, head men's and women's cross country coach.
A single ember from a wildfire can travel over a mile. That ember can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where that ember will land. Only what happens before it does. Visit fireadapted.org to learn how you can help protect your community from wildfires.
Get your police suit. You're not sitting here.
Yes, I am.
Move. Give it to him hard.
No. Ow.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stabbing me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh, you got...
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
We're back with cross-country head coach James Kearney. You are coming off of the GLVC championships that saw junior Amanda Farrow dominate the competition and win the Flyers' first title since 2010. Where is she at in her training, and what are your expectations heading into the NCAA regions this weekend, not only for Farrow, but for the team as a whole?
Yeah, you know, we're really excited about Amanda's progress. I think as we move forward, I think the biggest thing is continuing to progress our training, continuing to stay healthy, continuing to do the positive things that we're doing, minimize our deficiencies, obviously, but I'm really excited about where we are. I think she's kind of made her claim as one of the top 10 runners in the country. And
that's awesome.
And hopefully we can go in there and accomplish some big goals.
Sweet. Farrow, however, is not the only reason the Flyers are ranked in the top 15 nationally and 5th regionally, as the team also boasts 3-time All-GLVC performer in Kristen Bonsor. What is it like to have such solid performers at the top of your lineup, and what kind of leadership do they provide for the rest of the team?
Yeah, Kristen is such a huge contributor to what we do. You know, she's a 5th-year senior. She kind of came in as a Division I transfer for us after her first year. And, you know, the biggest thing I think that she provides is the stability. She's very consistent. She's a great asset to have. And, you know, we've been building this group for about 4 years now. So I think when you look at the grand scheme of things, you know, they've been together for so long. I think that they just know each other and they really vibe off each other really well.
Yeah, that's awesome to have. On the men's side, it has been a learning experience for the Flyers, as your top 3 runners have all redshirted this season. While not ideal in the moment, how does that help your team grow and head towards the future?
It's been frustrating at times. You know, it's been a learning experience, I think, for a lot of those younger guys, for sure. Not ideal to sit 3 all-conference performers from last year, but you know, I think the biggest thing and the most important thing is that we're learning, we're growing. We see flashes of brilliance here and there. It's just a matter of linking those things together for the long term and hopefully using this to march for big results the next 2 years.
Right. With those individuals redshirting, were you surprised by anyone's performances this year?
Yeah, you know, I was really impressed with Matt Gemello, a 5th-year senior. He's never really run cross-country before. He's really known more for his track exploits. You know, the other guys, James Cott, Jake Timmons, have really stepped up for us. You know, that sophomore and freshman class, we really needed to kind of take a huge step forward. And They have in training. I don't think it's really shown in racing yet, but I think with the addition of Jackson Waters, I think we're on that track.
Cool. What expectations do you have for the NCAA region race this weekend?
Oh, I wish I knew. You know, I think this is the hard part of coaching a cross-country team is you build all year for this.
Right.
You know, any missteps, any things that you kind of skipped over, that becomes evident at the regional. You know, I want to come into the race positive. You know, go out there, execute our game plan. I think if we do that, good things will happen.
Right.
You know, there's always a surprise or two, but I think if we can go in there and execute, you know, we'll come home very happy.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Coach Kearney.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck with the rest of your season.
Thanks.
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Thanks for watching this week's Flyer Nation. Stay tuned for all things Lewis Athletics here on LUTN.